Welcome, my beautiful Scorpios. This is going to be your October 2023 reading. This is for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, or Rising. You may have planets in the sign of Scorpio. You may be in love with the Scorpio. You may be intuitively guided to the reading, and you have no clue why. Just trust your intuition. I feel like your guides, because I do read through my guides. Um, you know, they put you here for a reason. Anyway, I want to give a shout out to two very special Scorpios in my life. My daughter, who is October 29th, Jenny Love Giroux. She has her own channel. She's not that active in it, but when she's got kids, so when she's got time, she is. And my brother, who is November 6th, Sean, um, both just very, very loving souls. So Um, even my ex-husband, I don't know if I say he's a loving soul. I guess he can be. But he is October 31st. So anyways, welcome guys. We're going to use three different decks. I'm going to use for your main spread the Psychic Tarot. I like that deck for you. We're going to use, to clarify or to go deeper, the Crystal Vision. Something was really calling out to the Crystal Vision for you. I know a few of you have this deck and enjoy it, so it was calling out to me. And of course, we're going to begin our reading with Mother Mary. This is an oracle deck that I just love. I feel like the messages are always profound. I read it from the book at the end of our reading because it's just like the cherry on the top. So let's go ahead and get into your reading. I'm going to bring the lid down a little bit. Not too much. Okay. Everything's pre-shuffled, but I am going to give it a shuffle with you here. And let's go ahead and give him a cut. Also, happy birthday for those who are going to be celebrating towards the end of the month into November. Happy birthday. All right, let's begin, Scorpio. Let's open up your reading. Oh, hello. I love when the cards just kind of float out. Caring. Caring. Heaven cares for me, and I keep my heart open to caring about myself, others, and the world. Boy, and I feel like the world needs that right now. And I feel like you need it also. So don't forget about caring about yourself also, others, and the world, but care for yourself. All right, and we'll read out at the end of the reading. And again, I feel like my light is going dark. Okay. This is a new computer, which many of you know my computer crashed and I did not have the money to replace it. I knew it was going to crash. I could just feel it. So many of you have donated to help me purchase this new computer, and I'm forever grateful. I really love it. It allows me to shoot in high definition, which I thought my other one did, but it did not. So thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. And I know I have some Scorpios who are members, so a shout out to you. By the way, I do have a membership program, and it's either you can do like there's two where you can just, it's like a thank you, Sandy. But then the third tier is where we do go live and I answer all your burning questions. There's no limit. I'm usually live. We're usually live together for usually about 2 hours in that area, sometimes longer, many times longer. Okay, we start with the world. So this makes me feel like there's a new chapter opening up for you. And I just noticed that did go darker. Here we go. So the world. I love the world chapter. You guys hear me saying it all the time. Because I feel like this is where your spirituality really comes alive. But let's see what follows this new chapter. 21, add that together, it's a 3. So it should be a reason to celebrate, something joyful. We have intuition. Trust your intuition. Some of you, this could certainly talk about something spiritually that's opening up to you. I feel like you're opening up spiritually. Maybe you're trusting your spirituality more than ever. Remember, intuition to me is like a gift that we receive. It's our GPS that we're to use in this lifetime. It's that first instinct. Just trust it. We have positive movement forward. We'll take it. Positive movement forward. It's weird. I feel like my light keeps going back and forth. Anyways, an 8, a new beginning. Um, so we know whatever is opening up for you, it's of a positive nature. I feel like this is saying, you want to trust your intuition as it comes to you. This person just looking like they're in their ship and they're heading towards the sun. The waters are calm, right? Just out sailing, having a good time, relaxing. All right, let's keep going. So, two energies that really speak about a new beginning, trusting your intuition as it comes to you. Okay. We have cards everywhere. They all came face up, which I like. We have, what do we have? Financial and material changes. Hmm. Financial and material changes. And then we have authority. This is the emperor. Some of you are beginning a business or you're adding a new avenues to your already existing business. I don't know why that light keeps going light and dark. I don't know if it's something I have to fix. Anyway, and then we have solitude. This is the hermit. It's like she's reading from her book of life. It's almost like she's reading her own Akashic records. I feel like some of you are truly opening up spiritually. And I definitely feel like, with the emperor right there and the universe right above that. Now, it can represent an Aries for some, of course, and then you have Virgo right next to that. But I feel more than that. This is talking about your foundation. The emperor is really the leader of the people. So some of you are really becoming a leader. You may not even know it. Sometimes, like, I don't even plan on leading people, but it just starts to come out naturally. I feel like this is definitely something that's affecting you in your material world, where I feel like your finances are going to be increased. How can that be bad? How can that be bad? I feel like this is something that some of you have been waiting for. It's almost like if I'm going to lead other people, then maybe I did need to go through the dark night of the soul myself. Maybe I needed to really understand, not just life lessons, but spiritual lessons, energy. But then I'm also putting it to use where perhaps I'm now making it my business. Remember, we're caring for Mother Mary, where you're not just caring for yourself, caring for others. Kind of love the hermit under intuition, under it's the high priestess. I feel like it's your higher self guiding you. Again, I get this feeling, like some of you may actually like read from the Akashic records. It may be a new avenue again that I feel like you're putting into your life. Just keep going. We have emotional withdrawal. Two eights connected here. 88. Some of you may have been born in 88, or 88 may, I don't know why I'm picking that up, but I feel like 88 might be a number that means something to you. Now, emotional withdrawal. This is when we are really taking a deep dive into our emotional house and we're really trying to understand, how has like my emotional house held me back or held me down? And I know that you're reflecting upon it because the hermit is right next to it, and then movement out of it, right? So I feel like it's almost like you're moving towards the Nine of Cups, which is about inner harmony. I feel like some of you did withdraw, maybe from your friends or just, in life in general. But I don't feel like it was wasted time. I feel like, as you were going through, let's just say this period of time, I feel like you gained a lot of wisdom. It's like your spirit guides were better able to reach you, to help you. Two eights can talk about two new changes, the world, the next chapter. And then we have the Seven of Pentacles, patience and planning. Patience and planning. Mirrored by the Emperor over here. Again, you know, it's like, I feel like this period of time where, again, you may have been kind of lost emotionally, but I feel like in the same breath, you were really seeking wisdom. I feel like your higher self definitely came through for you. And I feel like as you're in that energy, you may have been receiving like epiphanies, ideas. Something may, like you're guided in a certain direction. And the next thing you know, it's like it really piques your interest and you start following that path. Patience, not always easy for a Scorpio, but it is a virtue. Planning, I feel like with the Emperor, that's exactly what the Emperor does. The Emperor does put time into planning, how I'm going to help lead the people. Wisdom. I feel like you have everything here to really be successful on this next chapter. I'm going to slide these up and we're going to keep going. You have interesting four major arcanas like in a postage stamp. I feel like some of you're speaking about like emotional problems or emotional things that you yourself have gone through, and you may be helping others now to see it and then overcome it. Because again, I feel like you're moving out of that energy, which tells me you must have like at least like looked at the cups that have been knocked over in your life, um trying to get clarity in them. What's my part in it? Do I did I stay too long at the party type of thing? Or sometimes we just can't control like another's feelings, let's say, towards us. And so I feel like this was temporary, but at the same time, I feel like through that energy, you're receiving like a lot of ideas and patience and planning, but then financial and material changes. So as you receive these ideas, I feel like now it's saying it's time to put them into action. Well, there's your card, transformation, the death card. The death card says learn to close old doors because if I don't, can new doors even open? It's about a rebirth, but it's mirrored by the universe. So you can see the changes, right? The eights, new beginnings, the world, the next chapter, five, change. But with that change, it feels like material and financial changes, they feel abundant. Transformation, allowing oneself to have a rebirth. There may be something that you just needed to close the door to. And it may be something was in your emotional house, maybe didn't work out like in the way that you had hoped. But nonetheless, I feel like as I close these doors, it reminds me of like like cleaning out your closet. If I kept every piece of clothing I've ever owned, how can I make room for new? Death card says, close the door so rebirth can happen. And I guarantee you, when you close a door, a new door will open. Another major arcana in this block. Wow. Rejoice in celebration. Well, that's exactly what I felt in the world's energy. Close that door. Something opens up. Listen, intuitively, you're going to feel it. I feel like I feel like you've gained a lot of wisdom. It may have taken you 9 years, whatever it may be, but I do feel like, going deep within oneself, I feel like you're coming out of it much wiser. And maybe you are learning now to start caring for yourself. But I close this door, and then the universe is saying, I'm going to give you something to celebrate. So let's see. Recognition and reward. That is the Three of Pentacles. Deception and envy. Interesting. And with that comes the Strength card. Okay. Let's look at this. First of all, 2 3s, 33. Some of you may have a master number 33. Recognition and reward. It's a reminder that you are uniquely put on this earth. There's unique skills that you have. Even if a million other people do what you do, no one can really do it as well as you or like you. I don't want to say as well as you, but maybe it's your unique touch that makes it really special. I feel like other people recognize that within you. Now I feel like you need to recognize that within you. I feel like, deception and envy definitely feels like it's part of this emotional withdrawal. But if this is talking, wow, 77, look at this. We're getting like a lot of 77, 88, 33. Now we have 3 8s. There may be 3 changes coming out. So I feel like what's the death card asking? What door is it asking you to close? Well, there may have been someone in your life who was just untrustworthy. That kind of held you back. You know what I mean? And listen, it could have landed in your thought system where then I stopped trusting my own thoughts. I stopped trusting my own intuition. I feel like it's saying, you know, whoever or whatever this energy is, clearly you feel it or you felt it. But at the same time, and then I don't know, all of a sudden I'm looking at power, which is a strength card of Leo, by the way. Um, that talks about dealing with one's own inner demons. And it could certainly talk about like being, like I've been tempted towards certain type of energy, or even, as I was in this emotional withdrawal energy, you can talk about, the way I handled it, maybe I used alcohol, like alcohol to help me get through, where really what I needed to do was truly go within and, I feel like take all masks off, see things for what they truly are, Because again, it's like the universe is speaking to you as in all these new beginnings. And I feel like they're well deserved, but I feel like you have to know that at the same time. You know, the Eight of Pentacles, or I'm sorry, the Strength card, another major arcana, by the way. Um, it does, I feel like when you understand that we all carry the energy of, temptation, lower vibration, higher vibration, when we can find that true balance within ourselves, I feel like our life changes. I do feel like doors start opening up. This is the ability to overcome, not just overcome, but making you stronger because of. I tell my daughter all the time, like, when she's going through difficult situations, to, in her readings, like, speak about it because other people I feel like are going through the same thing that she's going through. I know that in my own life and in my own readings. So I don't know. I just feel like the only energy that it kind of feels like it doesn't fit is deception, envy. Again, the Seven of Swords, but it's mirrored over here by the Death card. And I feel like if I close the door to whatever that is or whoever that is, you only become more powerful, stronger within. And again, like the ability to speak of it, to help others. I felt like financially, there's opportunity for real growth. I feel like anything you've been planning, it's time. It's time to bring it to the table. All right, let's see what's on the bottom of the deck. Spiritual strength. 9. So you've been reflecting. Well, you haven't been reflecting alone because I feel like this is talking about your spirit guides who've been involved all along. When I see a strength card, I think of my son, who many of you know have crossed over, but I feel like he is very active in my daughter's life. And that's what I'm feeling here. Like your spirit guides are helping to move you forward. That's why paying attention to your intuition is so important. Just want to look underneath. Look at this. Suffering in silence. Another 9. Suffering in silence is the 9 of swords. Don't suffer in silence. Again, it just reminds me of what I told my daughter. Like, bring what you're going through to the table, because chances are it's going to help others. And that may be a message for you also. 3 nines. I mean, the synchronicities, wow. Okay, let's bring in the crystal vision and let's go deeper. Deeper if we dare. 9, 8, 7. Yes, we will take you. All right. Hello, magician. The manifester. Powerful. The magician is the fool's first teacher as the fool starts along this new journey. And I feel like, that represents you, the fool. It represents all of us who are beginning new journeys, whatever it may be. The magician reminds the fool that you have everything it takes to really be successful on this path. Who does the fool meet next? The high priestess. High priestess says, Fool, I am your GPS. Trust within me as you make your decisions, as you move forward. So the magician, very powerful energy of manifesting, and I'm getting that for you. Like there's something that it's time to bring it to the table. It's time to trust in yourself, because I feel like other people will value not just you, but what it is that you're bringing to the table. the world again. Look at that. This person sits upon the lotus flower and the strongest of all. It's like she's got her hands open to receiving. And I feel like that's important. Like making sure that you're open to receiving what the universe wants to bring to you. Again, this is not just magic. It's because you deserve it. It's because you did take that bold step of looking deep within yourself. And I feel like for a lot of you, it's like you're starting to understand that you're not just this human being. You have a spiritual side of you, right? You're a spiritual being having human experiences. And when you think like that, you understand that there is nothing that you cannot overcome. Also, I feel like there's nothing that you have not been through before, though our human mind doesn't, can sometimes not feel that. Six of Wands, victory. Some of you, you're starting your own platform. Or, let's use my daughter, for example. Maybe she's getting like re-involved in her platform. And this is where other people are paying attention to what you have to say. Why are they paying attention to you? Because of actions that you've taken. Again, because you've been there, done that. And now let me help guide you. Let me help show you the way. Nine of Swords over financial and material changes. Some of you may be freaking out about your finances, thinking, how am I going to do this? How am I going to get through? The Nine of Swords is unnecessary worry, but it's worry nonetheless. And it's being mirrored right now by deception and envy. I feel like someone may have gotten in your head. And because of that, it may have like hindered your progress, let's just say. Now, I feel like your guides are being very strong here, saying, don't allow, especially if it's someone's energy where I'm not sure if I can trust it anyways. Don't allow them to live in your head, right? Don't allow them to determine whether you're going to be successful or not. It's almost like in the Nine of Swords, sometimes I get the image of like someone who just wants to sleep all the time, but your guides are like trying to wake you up. Wake you up. They want you to be proud of what you've accomplished. I feel like sometimes we forget to forgive ourselves for, actions that we may have taken and maybe we just didn't know better at the time, right? But Six of Wands tells me, first of all, both of them have the lion attached to them. Both of them are completely in control of it. Again, could speak of those inner demons. So I just feel like don't allow someone to live in your head that is, telling you falsehoods or whatever it may be. I feel like, because, again, that Nine of Swords is unnecessary. Now, if it's relating to like if I'm worrying about my finances, I feel like the universe is like, but we're going to open up a door for you. But you do have to take that action, right? Eights, again, new beginnings. I think eights is affinity, as above, so below, no beginning, no end. So it's like the wisdom of all your lifetimes, the wisdom of your ancestors, everything, all. All right, let's keep going. Well, hello, Chariot. Beautiful. I love seeing the Chariot here. A couple different reasons. First of all, it's a card of Cancer. Cancer and Aries connected there. The Chariot to me Well, first of all, or second of all, I should say, we're in the year of the chariot, and our years getting shorter and shorter and shorter. And I feel like that's why it's saying now is the time to start bringing, those projects or, those epiphanies, those ideas to the table. There is an audience for it. You just have to trust that. You have to trust that. The chariot talks about unlimited potential. But the chariot is also about the balancing of the light and dark, the masculine and the feminine within ourselves. But the potential is unlimited. I love this connected to the magician also. Your ability to manifest the type of life you want. It doesn't mean it's easy, but I feel like if I put my focus upon it, then, I hate to say you're guaranteed, but I do feel like, you know, especially if you've been receiving like these ideas and these epiphanies, like put them to use. Chariot says there's no limit in how far you can go with this. Two sevens mirroring each other. We have the two of wands coming over the hermit. Wow. It's like you're taking all that wisdom, all that growth, all that hardship, everything you've learned from it, and you're saying yes. You're saying yes to the universe. All right, I'm going to do it. I'm going to take a chance. The Four of Pentacles, over emotional withdrawal. That's the Eight of Cups, by the way. Four of Pentacles, I feel like it's your foundation. Listen, I may be starting at the beginning. Even if it's something I'm already doing, maybe I'm figuring out new ways of doing it, better ways of doing. Maybe I'm really just paying attention to my intuition and it is guiding me, or your spirit guides are guiding you. I feel like having a strong foundation is a must. I feel like someone has knocked you off your rocker. But now, it's like they've knocked you off your foundation, but I feel like you're regaining that. The only thing I would say in the Four of Pentacles is sometimes I'm noticing how tightly she's holding on to those pentacles. Sometimes we gotta, understand that these epiphanies that we receive, these downloads that we receive, not putting restrictions upon them. Like it's better to go with the flow. Like this all feels like I'm just going with the flow. I'm going with the flow. I feel like as you clear these emotional, let's just say, limitations, you are making your foundation stronger. I feel like as you are closing a door to the things and the people that you can't trust anyways, you're only making yourself and your foundation and your opportunities so much stronger. Three of Pentacles down here. This really is, first of all, it's recognition and reward. I love seeing that because I feel like that's what it is. Like you're being recognized for your talent, whatever that talent may be. I'm saying talent, but even like reading tarot, I feel like it's a talent. But it may be something that I'm learning as I go. Other people, I feel like, are recognizing that within you. I often feel in the Three of Pentacles also that it really is talking about soulmate type of energy. And I'm not talking about love, I'm just talking about soulmates who are here to help us, or we're here to help them. Okay, keep going. By the way, the Seven of Pentacles, which is patience and planning, I feel like those are your soul seeds of intentions. Those are your seeds that your soul really wanted to experience anyways. Some of them are difficult. I don't think our souls came down here just to have like a glorious life with no challenges. Maybe there's a few. I feel like, those of us who have gone through these difficult things and then come out the other end, wow, I feel like there are, like, first of all, I feel like there's heavenly rewards, but I also feel like there's rewards in this lifetime. You're just so much stronger than you think, or you're figuring that out. We have the King of Wands. King of Wands coming over Seven of Pentacles. King of Wands, we do have Aries over here. But we also have Leo right beside it or right below it. Again, I feel like, when I do Scorpio's reading, I often feel my sun helping to guide my daughter. And just like I said, where I feel like the things that my daughter are going through, I feel like a lot of you are going through. So, that's our conversation. Like, use what you're going through and what you've learned and even the mistakes you think you've made, and other people can learn from them. So, for some, I do feel like, again, we're talking about our spirit guides. But King of Wands can be Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. We have both Aries and Leo. There's a lot, lions. Look at, they're all connected too. All these lions are connected. The lion, the king of the jungle. If you look at power or the strength card, this person is half human, half lion. Hear me roar. All right. Some of you, the Nine of Swords is above this king. So for some, this king may be someone that could have carried, first of all, I do feel like for some of you, this is talking about spirit guide. I want you to understand that. But then I also feel like for some, maybe some others, it could talk about someone that, you know, just carried some untrustworthy energy. We'll see. Hello, Ten of Pentacles. Coming right over your card. Can you have true abundance in your life? Yes, you can. Are there certain doors that need to close so that I can have that? I believe there are. Doesn't matter though. Here it is, right? This is an abundant household. This is, I feel like the abundance comes from the wisdom, and by the way, I also feel like this can talk about, like energy of doing something that can run in my family. Well, that's kind of what me and my daughter are doing. You know what I mean? But this is abundance. Close a door, you're going to find this abundance. Death card again. Double Scorpio, by the way. And then we have the Five of Cups. Five of Cups. All right. Well, we got to talk about that because the Five of Cups is asking you to look at where is your focus at. Now, if I just move that Four of Pentacles up a little bit, here we got this emotional withdrawal, right? So my focus may have been on what I have lost. That's what the Five of Pentacles or the Five of Cups is about. Like when I'm only focusing on all that I have lost. And I'm not looking at, or I'm not thinking about all that is yet to be. Not everything turns out the way that we want, but sometimes they just turn out better than we expected, especially when we learn to go with the flow. When we see or understand that if I keep my focus on what I have lost, then am I not then manifesting from that energy more loss? Why would that be? Well, because I feel like in this type of energy, I'm not really being proactive in my own life, right? I'm not understanding that I can create true abundance for myself, true joy and happiness for oneself. But again, the death card is coming right before that. Also, it's a five. So in the Five of Cups, it says if you change your focus on what can be, right? There's two cups, and that is soulmate type of energy. I don't know why I'm saying soulmate type of energy. It is soulmate energy. Now, it doesn't have to mean love. Matter of fact, this is like the least love reading that I've seen for you guys in a long time. But it doesn't mean love's not part of this next chapter because I feel like there's quite a few changes. First, I feel like I have to overcome, what I think that I have lost. And I need to understand that there is so much more out there just waiting for me, just waiting for me. It's like this Ten of Pentacles is saying, this is possible. This type of abundance is possible, where you could really feel secure within yourself and within your home and within even relationships, whatever it may be. But again, a door has to close. Well, this door is relating to the Seven of Swords, deception and envy. And then this door, the Death card here, is relating to the Five of Cups, my focus and where my focus has been. Okay. So interesting. I just said that this is like the least, um, as it relates to love readings, like this is the least amount of love reading I'm not saying it correctly. But it's talking more about you and you building up your life and your career and using epiphanies and putting them into action. And then letting go of those who couldn't trust them anyways, closing those doors. The universe is answering you as soon as you close those doors. As soon as you change your focus, temperance comes out, divine timing. Temperance says, don't try to control, which when I'm looking at that Four of Pentacles where someone is hanging on to like, it can be my own idea so tightly. Maybe I just need to let go and learn to flow with the universe. Temperance, I love temperance because it is about divine timing and that I can trust it, right? Where I don't know which card had where they were in a ship and I just felt like the water was so much calmer. They were heading towards the sun. So temperance is saying, let me worry about, your emotional health. Like in the meantime, get back into you, get back into your creative self. You're very creative. Get back into your intuitive self. I feel like many Scorpios are psychics, um, whether they choose to accept that or not. But I do feel like they are, and or you are, and you don't have to do anything with it, but at least trust your intuition. But look at this. So then comes out the Ace of Cups. Something didn't work out. Somebody was untrustworthy. Temperance is saying, let me deal with that. You put your focus back on you. You put your focus back on creating this abundance for yourself, right? Creating a stable home, a stable foundation for yourself. But I'll handle the love for you. I'll handle this Ace of Cups. Unconditional love. Well, it can't be who's ever in the Seven of Swords because I don't feel like, yeah, I can have unconditional love for someone who has hurt me over and over and over again. But is that what I'm meant to do? Is that serving my life? I feel like the answer is no. But Temperance is saying, what if there's something better? Not what if, but there is something for someone better. Okay. I feel like I want to take Temperance and the Ace of Cups, and I just want to move it right to the middle. And I want to look a little closer, whoa, at that. We get the Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands is standing one's ground. But sometimes I gotta know when, I gotta know when. Just thinking of that song. You gotta know when to hold 'em. You gotta know when to fold 'em. Gotta know when to walk away. Gotta know when to run. It's like battling off all these attacks. It could certainly speak about, like I had, like all these daggers kept coming towards me and I had to, use my shield to protect myself. But maybe it's because I need to change some of the people that I surround myself with. Eight of Wands. Fast moving energy. I feel like this is saying that, or at least Temperance is saying, um, that this Ace of Cups, it's not that far off in the future. The Eight of Wands is also what I think about, I bring about. Now, what a difference between the Nine of Swords, where I'm in my fear-based mind, and in the Eight of Wands, where I'm open to the universe, right? I'm thinking about my intentions here. I'm thinking about what I put out into that universe. The Magician, because I can manifest it, right? Again, Temperance says, let go of control of exactly how it must show, and just trust that it's probably going to be a lot better than you can even expect. So if I stay in, like if I just keep saying I'm standing my ground against someone, but maybe it's not worth it. I almost have to tie this back to the Seven of Swords, deception and envy. Is it even worth standing my ground? Or should I just move on from it? Well, I feel like your cards, or the energy is saying, move on from it. Look at that. Nine of Cups. So, I don't know what card had that shift right here. Positive movement forward. And now the Nine of Cups. Well, there's that inner harmony I was talking about. There it is. And I feel like when I move out of my fear-based mind, or when I stop allowing others to control the way I feel, the way I think, when I stop letting, because maybe someone just keeps letting me down, right? I have certain expectations, but they can never meet it. Maybe they never will meet it, right? Maybe they're incapable of it. Temperance is saying, let go of that. Maybe let go of them and allow, tell the universe that you expect the best. You deserve the best. Inner harmony. Ten of Pentacles. I feel like this is where I can totally take care of myself. And maybe when I'm in that energy, that Ace of Cups starts flowing. I love seeing the Nine of Cups here for you. First of all, because I feel like it's a shift in your energy. It's a shift in your expectations. You're no longer, it doesn't mean that fear just completely goes away, but you're not allowing it to rule your day. All right, I'm just going to do one more. Well, look at that. The Nine of Pentacles. Hello. You know, look at this. The Nine of Cups and the Nine of Pentacles. And I feel like it starts with you. What I think about, I bring about. It's my expectation. I expect higher than what I've been receiving. So, the Nine of Cups brings you inner harmony. And I feel like both of them are singular type energy, a great type energy. And that may be exactly what the universe is waiting for. That Nine of Cups, inner harmony. You're no longer in that energy of emotional withdrawal. You're no longer focusing on what you have lost. Instead, you're putting your energy within your creative house, and it is flourishing. The Nine of Pentacles, just take that back to the Emperor, right? Can certainly talk about self-employment, but it's successful self-employment. By the way, another lion. I mean, a lion does the lion, king of the jungle. But in each one, you are taming that lion. So we can talk about like your own thought system. Like I'm learning to tame the energy of where I think that maybe I think I don't deserve better. But your spirit guides are saying quite the opposite. This is an independent energy within the Nine of Pentacles. So this is me building the success. But then we have the Ten of Pentacles right here with the Ace of Cups. So I feel like there's importance to that, right? Because in the Nine of Pentacles, I can take care of me. Doesn't necessarily mean I'm rich, but I feel rich because I don't have to, nobody else is telling me what to do. I'm doing it my way. I'm doing it my way. And because of that, I just feel like you're finding real abundance. I want to say this month, and it may be this month because again, that Eight of Wands is fast moving energy. Tied back to the Magician, what I think about, I bring about. The world, a next chapter wants to open. Will you allow it? High Priestess, trust your intuition. Trust those epiphanies you're receiving. It's funny because my daughter has notebooks full of, when she was learning how to read tarot, like, things that she's learned, and she wrote them down. And I said to her, what you should do, you should write a book, like how to read tarot. Write a book. You have all the information. And, something else that ties back to that is I just figure out on my new computer, I have a program where I could easily help her with that. So and I'm just saying that I use my life all the time in readings because I feel like a lot of you relate, and I feel like a lot of you relate to Jennifer also. So you got to know that you can create this abundance for yourself. The Nine of Pentacles, it doesn't mean that it's something that just falls in your lap. No, you're willing to put the work in, right? You're willing to focus upon it. But if you do, it's saying you're going to have success. You just have to trust yourself. Trust yourself above all. Wow. All right. I'm going to read Mother Mary. This feels like a very, very abundant reading. Now, I feel like it's interesting how it's speaking more about your financial and your foundation, more than anything. But then, our guides didn't let us down. Here is the love also. And not just any old type of love, especially with divine first of all, I feel like Temperance, she is balancing the two soulmates that eventually will be, right? She's feeding both the cups. And when both those cups come to balance, well, that just seems to be the right time. And I can just let go of worrying when and how and just trust the universe. And in the meantime, get lost in my creativity because I feel like it's going to be abundant for you. All right, caring. You're great for caring for others, Scorpio. Sometimes you forget about yourself. All right. Mother Mary sent you this card as a reminder that she cares deeply for you and your family. Although you may sometimes feel alone, you are definitely watched over and protected. When life is stressful though, as it has been lately for you, you may not feel the Blessed Mother's loving presence. So carry this message with you to help you know that divine love is here for you. This card also asks you to keep your heart open and continue caring for others, even though you may feel unappreciated or used. Remember that your spiritual path is to be loving and helpful, not to change others. However, you don't need to, nor should you, stay in any abusive or toxic situation or relationships. You can care for someone from afar. Most importantly, care for yourself, dear one. Take time for you and attend to things that are important for your health, happiness, and well being. Amen. Amen. Scorpio, I feel like this is one of the most important readings I've done for you in a long time. Um, and, I know some of you, you may have to watch it twice. You may have to watch it as energy starts to flow towards you to better understand it. And I know it's easier said than done to just say, okay, I'm just going to trust in divine that the Ace of Cups will find me, but I'm asking you to trust in divine. I'm asking you to open up your creative house and build this palace for yourself because you can. Not just that, I feel like as you find this inner harmony, as you find this independent nature within yourself, it's almost like that's what Temperance is saying. That's all I'm waiting for. That's all I'm waiting for. I'm going to leave it there, guys. I love you so much. I thank you in every way you help my channel, especially through the donations. It is truly what keeps me on YouTube. I'm sure it's what keeps most readers on YouTube. I don't know. Maybe some make a lot more. I don't know. Um, but I thank you. So much gratitude. I truly wouldn't be here without you. I thank you for subscribing. I thank you for those who've been with me. Some of you have just found me. I feel like we're all soulmates. I feel like we're one big soulmate family, and more soulmates keep joining us. And I love that. Um, Thank you for sharing this with your friends or on your social media platform. You don't know who you're helping sometimes, but a lot of times I do, because they reach out to me. Not everyone, but some. I've had quite a few people reach out to me. I just thank you for being you, staying loving, but don't be anybody's fool at the same time. The ability to create this abundance, it's here. And I feel like it's talking about now. Like, I feel like now is the time. And then, it's reminding me of like planting that seed. If I don't plant a seed, then I have no harvest in the fall, right? If no seeds are planted, then how can I expect abundance? So plant those seeds that I feel like you are intuitively receiving and watch what happens. I love you guys. I'll see you next time at our table. Bye bye.